Hello, this is Pod. I like to talk about how we going to export After Effects composition into the movie. Um, from previous composition, after we construct the scene and we make this animation, right? So now I like to show you a bit before we exporting, right? I like to adjust something on here. So I change the right camera to top camera. And then I'm going to zoom in to the scene a bit, right? Okay. Now, since we use a target camera, right? Um, Look at the target camera, point of interest. Okay. So the point of interest is right on the center. So this means its point of interest the same. So what I'm going to do right now, instead of roll over the red X or blue, which is the C X, or white screen X. So I click on the body of the camera, okay? And I like you to take a look at the window on the camera A, okay? So I can move this a bit, right? So you can see the position of camera is changing, okay? And then I'm going to record the keyframe. Now I'm going to move it back right there and I click it. And now I move the camera slightly to the left. Okay. So you can see the whole thing was moving, right? And also you see the relationship between each scene quite different. Okay, let's see. I'm going to zoom in a bit. Now, let's see this. Okay, now let's see. So beside animate the uh, beside animating the scene, right? You also animate the camera. But right now, I think my run is running out, so the preview is not real time. So let's take a look at that. So the point that I want to point out is the relationship between each layer while you move your camera without changing the point of interest, right? So you can see the relationship between the pagoda, three of them, and the relationship with the cloud on the back. So it's more realistic look. Okay, anyway, that's just additional. So now I save this, and so there are two ways to export in After Effects, right? So the file menu, and then you go to export, and you can add to render queue or add to Adobe Media Encoder queue. So that two options for you. So in the case that you want to add to render queue, it's going to use After Effects built-in to render the project. So in this case here, you can go to check out the default output modules, right? Which is default to lossless. And the format, you have a few format on here. Normally we're going to use QuickTime, and then you can select the codec. But the codec here is not much for you to choose. And so in this case here, you can pick only a few of them, and the only few of them that I normally recommend is animation QuickTime Animation. This is lossless compression, but your file going to be big, so it's more suitable to, you know, something that you want to edit in Adobe Premiere or other software. So my recommendation right now, instead of using AVI or QuickTime, right? So you can go to export and then Adobe Media Encoder Q. So now After Effects launch Adobe Media Encoder. So with this option, you have more choice and more option when when you want to export your video. So after the setup, right, your project will be pop up on this queue window right here, and then you can click on the option that you choose. Okay, now I'm going to go for setting a bit here. So if you use dynamic link connection, and then the new window pop up, right, and then you can select the choice of your video, right? Right now, as a standard, you can use H.264 or MPEG-4, or you know the current version of H.264, right? And you also have the option MPEG-4 right here, and you also have QuickTime and different codec available. So I just recommend H.264, and on the preset at H.264 you have match source, adaptive low bitrate. So in this case here, you can also choose match source in high quality, or you know or something. So depend on your application. You have a list of it right here. Okay, so the lower bitrate, the smaller file size, but the image quality will be less. Okay, but right now you can see this animation is only 1 MB, but if I choose match source with that high bitrate, you can see it's 3 MB, something like that. Okay, so with different quality, something like that. And then where would you like to output this file to? So normally it's going to go to application data and the temp file. But in this case here, I'm going to select to my particular folder that I'm working and set the project file on, which is on the online classes, and it's right here. So I'm going to export that at the high bitrate at 3 MB, something like that. And if you look on here, you will see a few options on the audio and video, but normally I do not change anything, unless you do not want audio or you don't want video, something like that. So you can check do not export audio or do not export video. Otherwise, you all set, you click OK. This is your estimate file size. And now my 3-second animation is about 3 MB. So I click OK. And then this file is ready to render and to output to your folder destination in H.264 format. And then I click play on here to start the queue. So when I click play, right, you can see this uh, bar was start working, and you can see the scoring bar is just go through on that, and the animation will start, and to see what's going on and preview. So if this the case, right, you may have a few projects and you can export to render queue, and it's going to line up on this list here, and then you can go to take a break or go to have lunch, and then click play while you go to lunch. Let After Effects and Adobe Media Encoder working for you. So now it's done. So you can close that, and also you can close After Effects, and you can go to File and take a look at your output file. So your output file will be, just saved right there on here, the balloon 3D, about 3 MB files. That's it. Thank you for watching.